time on EA Sports. Straight ahead with a nationwide audience tuning in. It's a Monday night primetime showdown between the Green Bay Packers and the New England Patriots. Weather's starting to get a bit colder, but playoff hopes burning bright as ever for most of our teams as we get underway here in Week 12. Pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10.
What's up?
First get on the ground to Jahmyr Gibbs. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop it. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
Kind of seems to me like somebody was just kind of waiting for prime time. Brought his best out with the very first carry and got us off and running.
First down from the 42.
Get set. 18. What's up?
Purdy to throw it. This is caught by Isaiah Likely. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line.
That's not a big completion on the stat sheet, but that's a big contested, what I call gritty catch right there. And that's what the best tight ends will get you.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Straight ahead with Gibbs. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. An even 10-yard gain on the play. And it'll give the Packers the first.
I call that a table setter right there. Table setter for yourself as a team in that huddle, gaining confidence on the ground, and you know that's going to set the table for some great play action pass to come.
Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44.
Get set. Get set.
1st and 10 now. Here's Purdy. He completes it in traffic. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
I'm not going to lie. I know they got a completion, and completions, you never turn them down. But to make that throw for those yards in the double coverage, that's way too much risk for that reward.
5 still to go here. This is 2nd down. They'll go right side with Gibbs. He has room past the 25. And he's taken out of bounds as he gets it down near the red zone. Give him an 18-yard pickup there. And that's good for a Green Bay first down.
You want to drain some of the excitement, some of the noise from a home stadium? It's exactly how you do it when you go on the road. Run it right down their throat from the jump.
18. Watch out.
Purdy throwing here on first. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Got the one-on-one they wanted, Brock, on that slant, but just not enough to get the completion.
Yeah, you got to create separation. We all love the slant route. It could be super effective, but you got to beat press. You got to beat jam. You got to beat off man, and you got to create separation so there's not that bang-bang impact to knock the ball loose like that.
Yellow.
Purdy now on 2nd and 10. Brought in. He will not score, but that does set him up, Brock, with 1st and goal, less than a yard away from the end zone.
The numbers are pretty clear, Kate. You get explosive plays. Those explosive plays on drives lead to points. You can't ask for a better start offensively.
His drive has been excellent. A few shots now. It's starting with 6 as they come up on it. 1st and goal.
Get set. Get set.
Oh, stall him out short. That's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
Second chance at 6 here. It's second and goal. Now it's Purdy. And he's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. The Packers finish up an excellent opening series. Well, no hesitations to start this one out, Brock. These guys came out slinging it. Seems like that's going to be what their offense leans on throughout this game.
Yep, don't see really any reason to get away from it as long as the results keep coming. The second drive, I think we'll all be watching that one. Will they mix in a little bit more run? Will they have to mix in more run, or can they continue to just shred this defense through the air?
About set to kick this one away, and away we go again. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. Good field position for the Patriots as they get set for 1st and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. Hut.
The first carry here for Ashton Genty. Nearly starts the drive with a first down run. Stopped a yard short, gain 9.
That is just a great drive starter. What every offense wants. Gives you a little bit of energy, a little juice, and now a really manageable second down.
Well, after a quality effort on the last play, just really need to fall forward here to pick up that first down.
Ready.
This is Genty on second. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. 3 yards there and enough to move the chains.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No third down required now.
Has him running the comeback. He hangs on to that football, Brock, through a well-timed tackle. Nice gain. They're down to the 36. They'll get 16 yards on that play. And that's a New England first down.
First and 10 at
Ultra.
the 36-yard
Go
line.
Ultra. Let's go. Hut, hut.
Straight ahead with Genty. He has room past the 25. And they are set up excellently. This is down to the 18. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And the Patriots will have a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Down.
From the red zone now. Finds him over the middle. And he gets absolutely pumped to end that one.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
And he stopped after a gain of about 5. That's going to set him up with first and goal.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
Here we go. Ready, 33.
So the officials are officially on board tonight. For the first time a flag flies, somebody moved early. There was a blitz coming, and that got somebody to panic and jump early. It cost him 5 yards.
Ready. White, white.
First down, play action. He's the goal line. He's in for the New England touchdown. The Patriots finish off their opening drive. It's a Sam Laporta touchdown. On comes Joshua Carty to try the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Patriots respond with 7 of their own to tie it here early. We've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. On the return, here's Gibson. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. Working from the gun to start. First and 10. Shotgun snap for Purdy. He throws a bullet to the center of the field. And the downfield call is going to go unanswered. Defender saw to that. That incompletion means it's second down.
You know, it's one thing to tell a quarterback not to telegraph a pass. It's quite another to fundamentally do the right things. You got to use your eyes to move defenders in this league, especially on your primary target.
Alfonso Dunze running the slant. And this one breaks beautifully as they're going to get it forward to their own 45. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs. No doubt they'll take a repeat of how this game began, Brock, and that play has them on their way towards it.
Scripting for success. They'll keep pressing the advantage, too, until some resistance has got to finally appear.
Let's see how they attack this first down, partner, from the 45. Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. That's caught. Here comes Jahmyr Gibbs. Oh, there he goes on the right side. And it goes the distance. Touchdown, Green Bay. The Packers break the tie here in the first. It's a Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown.
I think he'll take his highlights however he can get them on a handoff, in-off a pass. It really doesn't matter. The important thing is he gets the ball, he gets the touch, and then he can do his damage big time.
They'll set up here for the point after. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Packers take the lead here, 14-7 in the first.
Patriots 7.
The Packers about set to kick this one away, and away we go again. And he just sends this out and over the end zone, so no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. Good field position for the Patriots as they get set for first and 10. It's a design boot. Finds him on the crossing route. And he is stopped as he reaches that 46-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's a New England first down.
First down.
Come on,
First and 10 at the 46.
Throwing now off the play action. Buying some time left. Now here he goes. He's out of bounds on the final play of our opening quarter. We're through one on Monday Night Primetime. It's a 14-7 game. More from Gillette Stadium in just a minute. Back and ready now for the second quarter. It's Patriots football. They're looking at yet another first and 10 on this drive. And they shut him down on this one. They get him behind the line, and that should push him out of field goal range. The line between safeties and linebackers gets real blurred on plays like that, Brock. He handled that one just like a Mike would have.
Yeah, if injuries were to ever crop up, Kate, I bet he could handle the linebacker spot for them as well. Just tremendous diagnosis in that run support.
To the line they come, second down.
Set.
Looking to throw here. That's complete to the back, Ashton Genty. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line.
This running back is a mismatch maker. That's how I label him on my little sheet right here. Right under his bio, this guy just creates matchup nightmares for every defender on the field.
Right through. Real green. Set.
Shotgun now on third down. Pass is brought in by the quarter. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On third down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. Man, did he make an impact play.
Coming to the line for another 1st and 10.
Ready, ready. Blue 32. Watch out now. 56. Ready.
From the red zone on 1st. Throws out. And he's going to be dropped with a big hit at the end of that. The effort still sets him up with a 1st and goal.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
First and goal at the 5-yard line.
Offense in position now. It's 1st and goal.
Here we go. Here we go. 6. Mega. Slide. Ready.
He's going to throw it again. Completes another one to Thomas. Touchdown, New England. The Patriots can tie it up in the second after cutting into the lead. Brian Thomas Jr., the touchdown. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the football field. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. He sure did.
Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. Fields this one at the 3. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. Green Bay offense to the line now. 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Gibbs. And they catch him, but not until he's picked up 8 yards. It's 2nd down.
That run may not have gotten you a first. Sure, nice little run to set the table.
Brings up 2nd and yard at the 32-yard line.
Last run got him 9, so now they need one more here on 2nd down. Here's a counter, Gibbs to Gibbs. He's unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on 2nd down.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
Third and just 2 to go. Throwing now on 3rd and 2. That one finds his man, likely. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. Tight end that moves the chains on 3rd down, that's a QB's best friend.
New set of downs for him. They'll start at the 38. Purdy on 1st down. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass. Looking for his wide receiver there. And now it's 2nd down.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
After the incompletion, still at the 38, it's 2nd and 10. From the gun is Purdy. Looking slant route, complete. He's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains. There wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
10 at the 43-yard line.
First and 10 from the 43. A give left side for Gibbs. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that game. That's Antoine Winfield Jr. up to make that play.
Hey, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. Purdy setting up that play action. That's Incomplete left side. Just couldn't find Romadunze there. And it's third down now.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
This 8-play drive might be on its last legs here, partners. They try to figure out this 3rd and 7. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. On 3rd down, Purdy. Completed to his running back. And they're going to get just inside that red zone on the big play down to the 19. They'll get 22 out of that play. And it'll give the Packers the first.
Speaks to this guy's talent as just an all-around difference maker, playmaker. We see him line up as a receiver, and we don't even bat an eye, Kate. And we don't really bat an eye when he makes that kind of play either. This guy's just different, built for the moment.
Get set, get set.
First down throw by Purdy. Into the hands of Garrett Wilson. And they're going to touch him down after a short pickup. It has been an exciting one so far as we have reached our 2-minute warning. More on Monday Night Primetime in just a moment. Second down now, they need 7. Again, it's Brock Purdy. Screen here for Gibbs. And it's another first down on this drive. Man, this time they're into 1st and goal.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Sticking to the air here. It's Purdy. Has it in close. That's a Green Bay touchdown. The Packers get some late points and the lead. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
All right, so they like the results on the field, and they're going to decline this penalty. The Packers about set to kick this one away, and away we go again. Xavier Worthy now on the return. They'll have decent field position to begin with here, Brock. He's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. We've set it downs for him from the 31.
Come on, set. Hut, hut.
They go play action on 1st down. In the double coverage. Ooh, don't want to do that, and he's there for the interception. And the Packers are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
A lot of defenders got some offense in their background, and it's been my life experience that they'll tell you about it. And right there, he put it on display. He brought in the pick and instantly became a runner, searching for the open field to add a little something to the return.
Packers getting set here. 1st and 10.
21. 18. Watch out. Yellow.
The Packers take their first time out. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. First call here coming from the shotgun.
Get set. 18. Watch out.
Back to throw. Here's Purdy. Pass is caught at the 9. Touchdown, Green Bay. The Packers grow their lead just before halftime. Garrett Wilson with the touchdown. And that, Brock, I know you're keeping track, but just in case our audience isn't, his 4th first-half passing touchdown. At the pace he's on, this would be a new record if he has a second half to match this one. That one splits the uprights. And the Packers double their lead to 14. The Packers about set to kick this one away, and away we go again. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Good field position for the Patriots as they get set for 1st and 10.
Here we go. Ready.
Back to work after throwing the pick. It's a screen play to Genty. And this is a small pickup to the 39-yard line. Devin Witherspoon there on the stop. Patriots trying to hustle everyone up to the line. Off the play fake, he'll throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Timeout taken by the Patriots. They're 1st and 3. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
And they were in their defensive meetings this week. That's exactly how you draw it up. Play sound zone defense. Give that quarterback nowhere to go and let that pass rush get home.
Right. 97. 52. Boom.
Kill, turn up.
6. Mega. Drill green. Set.
They're in long for him here. Pressure's there, and he goes down again. Now timeout taken by Green Bay. That's it, 2nd. The Patriots have their punting unit out. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. It's fielded at the 14. And he gets him out of the deep part of their half. This is out across the 20.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Green Bay offense to the line now. 1st and 10. Play action now. Purdy lasers this one deep down the middle. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Hey, I get it. If any of their pass catchers have what it takes to beat double coverage, it's him. The kids would say, he's him. That defense knew it's why they doubled him and knocked it away.
Play action now with Purdy. He's across the 35. Gets some space around midfield. And he fights his way down to the 35 before the defense can get him out. They're going to move the chains after a big play. 39 yards.
I love this, Kate. No issues at all going to this receiver in the short field because they know at any time when this man touches the ball, he can transform a short completion into a big play.
1st and 10 now. Here's Purdy. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Tough one to retain through that hit. So it'll be 2nd down.
That's a throw at this level. So much speed and length, you got to be real careful. Rarely do you find a clean window down the middle. Got to be absolutely perfect, and it wasn't there.
2nd and 10. Again, it's Purdy. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. Timeout taken by the Packers. Their 3rd and final one. So a new set of downs. Here we go. 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Working inside the red zone. Throwing the out route complete. He's forced out of bounds after a gain of about 4 there. 2nd down.
There's no route on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
To the air again. Purdy. Incomplete pass, and we're down to 12 seconds remaining. Garrett Wilson, the intended receiver, and it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. It's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't.
And he is well clear of that marker. That effort's going to set them up with a 1st and goal. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. The Packers about set to kick this one away, and away we go again. Calvin Austin on the return. And this drive will start inside the 25.
The Patriots take over first and 10.
Ready.
New England bringing the offense to the line. First and 10.
Ready. Field, what? 60 red. 60 red.
Airing it out to start this drive. He wisely avoids contact, sliding down there. That played good enough for a first. Offense in the hurry up here.
10 cycles.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
50 series.
He's got it on the bootleg. Downfield to Warren. He's got it. He takes it down to the 33. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset. Offense in the hurry up here.
22 needle.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
First down, play action. Flushed out of the pocket. Big catch made, and he got both feet in. He's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out.
16 more
He
yards.
finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
Ready.
Bringing the offense up to the line. First and 10.
First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Let's go. Ready.
Giving this to Genty. And they force him out after just 2 yards there. It's going to be second and 8.
Ball carrier. Out of bounds at the 15-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8.
Set. Yellow. Foot. Ready.
Heads out on the bootleg. Isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And it'll be third down coming up after this defense's third sack of the game.
Hey, I understand that call. You try to get play action to get away from the rush. The problem is this defense has just been relentless.
Yellow. 43. Set.
Here he goes, third and long. No luck on the connection. It's incomplete. Marvin Harrison Jr., the intended target. So that brings up fourth and long. It'll be a field goal try now for Joshua Carty. It's about 43 yards for him. And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. And that gets him back to within 11.
I would imagine, Kate, that they hope that's the spark that starts a second half inferno of a comeback. Could scarcely afford to come away empty-handed with points on that opening drive, and they didn't.
And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock. So they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. A nice starting spot for the Packers here. This is first and 10. Drive begins with Gibbs. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got second and 6 coming up.
It's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gives you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You could stick to the ground, you could throw beyond the sticks, really create some indecision now defensively.
This is Gibbs on second down. There he goes, right sideline. And this is all the way to the 13-yard line.
Anytime you go over half the field in one play, it totally changes the complexion of the drive. They're now set up beautifully in enemy territory to end the series with some type of points.
What a spot for a big play, huh, Brock? It has him well into the red zone now with first and 10.
Watch out.
From the red zone now. He smartly won't risk anything here. Just chucks this away.
Once that quarterback broke the pocket, kind of turns into like a zone read option a little bit. Kate, you got a couple choices. Keep it yourself or try to force the throw. There was nowhere to go. He really should have used his legs.
Second down, still 10 to go after that incomplete pass.
Get set. Get set. 18.
Shotgun snap for Purdy. Oh, he's got it, it's in close. It's a Green Bay touchdown. The Packers make it a 3-possession game. It's a Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. Setting up to try the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Packers push their lead to 18.
Patriots 17.
The Packers about set to kick this one away, and away we go again. On the return, here comes Austin. Showing a little burst so far. And they'll start this drive in good position, a little shy of the 40.
The Patriots take over first and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
Ready, set.
Good field position for the Patriots as they get set for first and 10.
Ready, set.
They're going to throw here to begin the drive. Man downfield, he's got it. It's worthy. This is going to be down to about the opposing 36 for their next snap. They get 27 on the play. And the Patriots will have a first down.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Down. 50 green. Ready.
They're throwing it. Connects on one to Jameson Williams. And they're going to bring him down as he makes it all the way to the 12. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down. Double coverage, deal breaker for a lot of QBs, Brock, but less so when it's a target you trust.
You know, it's interesting, Kate, even 20-something years ago, watching Marvin Harrison and Peyton Manning work, every defense would go into every game trying to double cover him, but yet those two, well, like we just saw right there, just got it done regardless.
From the red zone on first. Has some room to work, and they take this in for the score. The Patriots shrinking the lead some in the third. Now the PAT try coming up. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Patriots make it an 11-point ball game.
Patriots 24.
The Patriots kick team out there as they send it away. On the return, here's Gibson. This makes it up to the 25.
Take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Packers getting set here. First and 10. Up the gut they go again. And he'll scurry forward for a pickup of 3.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffled around here in the playbook. I'm a more aggressive call on second.
Second and 7.
Last run got him 3. Here's second and 7.
Get set. Get set. 18. Watch out.
Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. Has him on the quick hitter. And they'll have a small gain up to about the 32. Christian Gonzalez getting there for the tackle.
As quarterback, when you have an out route versus man coverage, you're just hoping and just praying your offensive guy could turn the hips of that defender. And once you see that, you got to cut it loose and let it go, just as they did right there.
And he's caught. He's got ground. Space on the right. He's got room. And they're going to have it all the way down to the 25.
Speed kills, baby. You better make that tackle right away on these receivers or you're going to get some serious yak. Those yards after catch just like that. Taking a short gain and turning it into an explosive play.
On first down, it's Gibbs. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Wrapped up on that play by big Quentin Williams.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards. and they just got a very successful one.
Back to Gibbs now on second. And he's going to manage 3 for them on the play. Stop just a little bit shy of the marker.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 1.
3rd and a lone yard coming up.
Get set. 18! 53!
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. That one finds his man, Likely. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Green Bay. The Packers lengthen the lead at the end of the 3rd. That is his 6th passing score of the game. A lot of quarterbacks could go several weeks without throwing that many touchdowns. And now, keep in mind, he's only 1 off the NFL record of 7 in a single game. Now they'll see if they can tack on 1 more. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Packers push their lead to 18.
Patriots 24.
The Packers about set to kick this one away, and away we go again. On the return, here comes Austin. He's stopped on the run back at the 27.
Austin on the return. The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Patriots lining up. It's 1st and 10.
Set.
They'll go play action. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And after 1 play of this drive, it might already be in trouble. That's going to push him back for 2nd down.
This overwhelming pressure and these sacks after sacks after sacks, well, it's built this lead, and you know it's the way they want to finish it.
So just 1 quarter to go on Monday Night Primetime. It's not quite over yet, but it'd take a pretty miraculous comeback. We've got a 3-score game as we get set to start the 4th quarter.
Got it.
Gonna need something special here. 2nd and 20 following the sack.
Set. Hut. Ready.
They're gonna try and throw it here. Brought in by his back here. It's Shenty. And he's able to get it to the 21 as he goes down.
Translatable skills. That's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
He puts some air under it deep down the left. It's in or no, they dropped another one. Hicks dropped on back-to-back plays wrong. Does force a 4th down.
You never, ever, as an offense, like 3 and outs, Kate, but you really don't like them on 3rd down when you throw into tight coverage like that. Got to manufacture a better look.
Blaster, stick. Check, smash. Hut. Set.
Desperation time here. It's cut by Harrison. And he gets this one up to the 40-yard line. Looking quickly here.
That's good for our Patriots.
He's going to throw it again. He's going to loft this deep down the left sideline. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection. Well, he already has himself 1 interception in this game, partner, and throws like that are going to find him another if he isn't careful.
Yep, those are the throws you want to intersperse, kind of sprinkle into your passing game, because if they become the norm and you're constantly thrown into coverage, that's when 1 pick becomes 2, 2 becomes 3, and on and on.
He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line.
It's a gain of 14 yards. And the Patriots 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Smash. Red. Set.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Finds the in route, complete. And they get this down to the 28. Working quickly here.
17 more yards. That's another Patriots.
Fight. 97. Ready.
And they're going to throw out of the gun. Completes another one to Thomas. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. Offense up to the line fast.
52.
Patriots, first down. First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
43 rounds. Black shot. Ready?
Working inside the red zone. Throw is caught. And he's going to be dropped with a big hit at the end of that. But the effort still sets him up with a first and goal.
That's good for our Patriots.
Here's Genty. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
Hey, I get it on first and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Now it's second and goal from the 1.
Ready. 45. Right. Set.
Fullback trying to power it across. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Patriots get it back to within 2 possessions. Goal line formation, a give to the fullback powering forward. It's out Lorenzo Neal. That Tom Rathman down. Bringing pressure, and it's blocked. And they'll snuff out that return before it gets too far. So just a block, extra points on the play. The Patriots kick team out there as they send it away. Return starts at the 3. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30.
Packers take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Green Bay offense to the line now. First and 10. Handoff running left. Here's Gibbs. Well, even a great game is going to have its lesser moments. You can't get anything out of that carry. Stop for no gain.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
Get set.
From the gun is Purdy. Hits him on the in route. Continuing to move past the 45. And he's going to have this up and across midfield, partner, to the 48. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first.
That's just awesome, Kate. A little bit of multitasking on that catch. Primary focus, as I always say, is you got to catch it first. But out of the corner of his eye, he knew exactly where to go, and he gets a bunch of yak on top of it.
Coming right is Gibbs. Steered this one back inside Brock, and he finds him 6 yards. They call it 7 yards, and now they'll have second down and 3.
Brings up second and 3.
Again, it's Gibbs. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the first down.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that third down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in the pocket for a later occasion.
First down now, ball at the 33.
Outside. 18. What's up?
Another one for Gibbs. And he works it inside the 30. That's a gain of 7.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
They give up the guts of Bigsby. They're going to give him the 24-yard line. He's stopped a step short of that first down marker. 7th play of the drive now as they need a yard here on third down. Oh, and they're going to have the fullback try and power for it. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs. And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another first and 10.
Get set. Get set.
Sending the tight end in motion left. Straight ahead with Gibbs. And this hasn't been a common side out of him tonight, but the defense wins this round. He's limited to no gain on the carry. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just sometimes you got to run into darkness. Just go where there is no lane and hope that something opens along the way. That linebacker said, not this time.
Here's Gibbs on the carry. Stopped after a gain of 2, and it's going to bring up 3rd down.
These are the kind of runs, Kate, that just soften up a defense. Keep working on it. Keep working on it. And eventually you're going to break one of those counters for even bigger yardage.
A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here.
Get set. Get set.
3rd and long for him here. Short pass brought in. And he's going to have enough for the first down. Not by much. He got it. That's all that matters. Sets him up with a 1st and goal.
You know, they call the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down. Design quarterback run here. So it's the visiting Packers who pick up the win.